serious shit. I don't want you guys being like some off the wall comments. I am not going into work tomorrow because FIFA 19 comes out tomorrow.
Okay.
It does.
I spent an extra $50 so I could play it 3 days early.
It's a lot of money for 3 days.
For 3 days, yeah.
Okay, so you guys want to fucking answer the question when I ask?
Well,
it?
you didn't ask it.
Yeah, finish
Well,
it.
I'm tired of these annoying comments.
Okay, continue.
So, I need a team to play with on my career mode, and it has to be the second division English league. Okay, so
Does that mean second division English league? Do you mean the Championship or League 2?
League 2. Sorry,
Okay.
I meant to say League 2.
That's okay.
Like the EFL League 2. I didn't mean to say.
Okay.
So I always play with a League 2 team, and then I end up winning back-to-back Champions Leagues for 5 years straight. You know what I mean?
Right.
Just normal shit.
Because of how realistic FIFA is.
Because it's the thing is, it happens all the time. So, can someone tell me or help me pick a team? I need a team.
Okay, so for a little bit of foreshadowing, are you gonna start this career mode tomorrow when you get access to the game, or
No,
can you wait? And can we pose this question to the listeners and have them choose?
I've been waiting for this for months now.
Right, he paid $50 extra for the game.
Because, so hear me out. What if we put a poll up on our social medias where I choose a team, Garrett chooses a team, and you, Mohammed, choose a team, and then you have to play with whoever gets the most votes?
No big deal. I'll do it, but the answer has to happen by 7 o'clock tomorrow morning.
That's what I was going to say.
And the podcast comes out about 6 a.m. So
Perfect.
Post it on Facebook tonight. Post the poll.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, I will do. I'll actually do it as we're speaking right now. I already have the team that I want you to
It has to be. Remember, it has to be second division.
Right. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
League
It has to be. It has to be League 2. Sorry.
I actually already have the team that I want you
What
to.
is it?
It's Forest Green Rovers, because that's the team that I always start with.
They just came in, didn't they?
Yeah, and that's the team that I always start with on Football Manager and take them to glory. But, my number 2 team would be Oldham, considering the family history.
Okay. So these are my teams that I've been debating on. It's either gonna be Forest Green Rovers, right?
Yeah.
Oldham Athletic. I'm not even BSing with you, Ryan. This is like I've thought this through. I've looked up.
I love it so far. Great minds.
I have 4 teams.
alike.
Or I'm sorry. Yeah, I have 4 teams that's definitely one of these 4 teams, unless Garrett decides to go AWOL and just pick somebody random like what? Port Vale. Come on.
Or Yeovil Town.
Port Vale is actually Robbie Williams' favorite team.
Never heard of him.
Let him entertain you. Am I right?
So Oldham Athletic, Forest Green Rovers, MK Dons.
I'm adding them all into our Facebook post at the moment.
Because with MK Dons, then I could once I win a Champions League, I'll bring in Dele Alli to be my captain.
I think we should throw in the last team in the league right now, just as like a what if pick in case he gets that everyone votes for that.
That could be yours, or Crew Alexandria or Lincoln City. There's 5 contenders.
Okay, well, I'm already saying no to Lincoln since they're top of the league and they are running away with it.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys want it to be hard for me. Cool.
That's the point, isn't it?
Also, if anybody's listening live, which is literally nobody because we don't broadcast live, if you know how to add a third option to a poll on Facebook, let me know.
What are you, stupid?
I think so.
Yeah.
But there's just literally no option.
There's no options. So I've been thinking this through and through. This is such a big step for me.
It is absolutely.
It's huge.
And for after I win 7 Champions League, so I'm not gonna go too crazy, Once I get bored with it, I'm gonna make a new one, but in the the lowest tier German side because I think they have 3 tiers now in FIFA 19.
They also have the Japanese league, I think. But apparently, Facebook is only allowing me to make 2 options.
They've always had Japanese league. You mean they have the Chinese league now?
Maybe.
That's kind of racist of you, but all right.
So what 2 options then?
So since Mohammed mentioned Forest Green Rovers and Oldham Athletic first, those are the first 2 that I put in, and then I pressed post and hoped there would be other options for me to add, but apparently there's not. So are you okay with those 2 teams, or do you want me to delete it and then you have to pick 2, your top 2?
Kind of.
I already voted, so can't do it.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
Let's fucking do it!
Well, we're at 67 to 33% right now. I think all 3 of us just voted.
I didn't vote yet. Chill out.
Oh, well, then somebody else did.
Damn.
That's great.
Thanks,
I
Dave.
am going to
No kidding.
share it to my personal.
God, Forest Green Rovers is the cutest team I've seen in my life.
Their chairman is a vegan, and they're moving to they're going to be moving to an entirely sustainable stadium where they only sell, and they currently only sell vegan food at the stadium.
Take this fucking team off.
Yeah.
Because if there's one thing I hate more than organic food, it's vegan.
Well,
I only eat GMOs.
okay, so if anybody is listening, and I'm very, very glad that I clicked record before we started this conversation. If anybody is listening, go to the poll on Facebook and click Forest Green Rovers, because Mohammed needs basically to do this then. If he hates it, he has to do it.
No, dude, chill out.
Yeah, it's up to fate now.
You're too into it to self-sabotage.
I will literally get a match amount of my friends just to vote for Oldham.
I mean, that, in my opinion, it's win-win for me specifically, just because of my connections to Oldham and my excellent, glittering football manager career with Forest Green Rovers.
Oh, so, someone else actually voted.
Yeah, they did. I wonder. Oh, the 4 votes, so that's probably Mohammed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just clicked to see who voted. Garrett
It's
Love.
actually Niall, who commented, who has been quite active on the Studs Up podcast Facebook page. So thanks a lot, Niall.
Yeah, shout out Niall.
Oldham is blitzing the competition already.
75-25, big deal.
Yeah.
I think Modric won it.
Oh, Modric, yeah, he did win it.
He won best player of the year. Yeah.
Salah won the Puskas Award.
Yep.
And I didn't know if he deserved that.
5 votes. Another vote for Oldham Athletic.
Get in there.
And also,
Sophie,
you might want to. I think it's a little of a biased vote, to be honest, because it does come from my brother who used to play for Oldham Athletic. So
never heard of him. So.
But I mean, we didn't put a disclaimer on who was allowed to vote. So
Macclesfield Town Football Club.
Macclesfield, yeah.
They got promoted.
Okay.
They're one of the promoted teams. It's them. What's it called? The other team that I'm that's in the vote. They didn't just get promoted because I know for sure it's been Macclesfield Town Football Club and Tranmere. Yeah, Rovers Football Club. They got promoted.
Got another vote for Oldham Athletic, by the way. They're pulling away with it.
Oldham, get in there.
Everyone.
Yeah. Wow.
They do have. I'm not sure if they do have all the stadiums on FIFA 19, but Boundary Park, where Oldham play, is a pretty nice stadium. So hopefully it's in there.
The only team that's that's under the championship. The only one that has a stadium is Portsmouth.
That's a shame.
That's the only one.
Do they not even have Sunderland's stadium?
I don't think so.
Ridiculous. I'm never buying it. I haven't bought... I bought FIFA 18. I think I played it 3 times, and I thought, this is the worst game I've ever played in my entire life. Just because I'm not very good at it.
I played the shit out of it, though. I played a ton of Ultimate Team.
So, yeah, I'm really excited. On top of that, I get... I think like 40 jumbo packs, which I'm never gonna use because fuck Ultimate Team.
I love Ultimate Team.
People are so. The thing is, last rant, and then we'll get this fucking podcast starting.
Yep.
Pisses me off. FIFA 14 Ultimate Team is the best Ultimate Team because when you click to play, right, it beautifully shows you, hey, this is your opponent. This
you
is
want
his.
to fuck with them?
This is his attack. This is his mid. This is his defense in overalls.
Yeah, I
and
remember
you're like, well, if my shit's 75, 75, 75, I shouldn't be playing against the guy that's 92, 93, and 92.
Yeah, only if he's a bitch.
So you back out, find another guy. Oh, this guy's.
You don't think you can take him?
Yeah, this guy's an 80, 80, 80. I'll play him. Dude, it doesn't matter. You can't. It doesn't matter how bad this dude is. If he has like an informed Ronaldo, an informed Messi, an informed fucking Pele, because they have that now, and they shoot the ball wherever it is in the field it goes in.
Yeah.
So this is kind of what we talked about last week. Garrett, I don't remember if you were still on the call, and obviously, apologies for there not being an episode. There were some technical difficulties that I couldn't overcome, and I nearly tossed my laptop through the window. So, but we did talk about FIFA Ultimate Team YouTubers and how the system is rigged basically for anybody that spends money. The more money that you put into the game, the better you get out of it. So for somebody that's just going into it like me or you that doesn't want to put any money into the game and just wants to play it, Ultimate Team, there's no point in playing Ultimate Team. Absolutely no point, because you're just going to come up against a guy that got his mum's credit card and got Pele, Ronaldo, and Messi and said, fuck it. And now I don't even need to try. Yeah.
Right.
So I'm not going to go on the same rant again. And I'm actually kind of glad that there were some technical difficulties, so we didn't upload.
Yeah, same.
Because I kind of really destroyed
that whole episode was just fucking roasting.
Shit talking.
Yeah, we did roast for a while, and then Garrett, when you left the call, you got roasted pretty well.
Oh, I bet. I would imagine.
Because the technical difficulties started with you, honestly. You left the call early, and then when I stopped recording, your file wasn't there because you had left early. So then I had to wait 24 hours to get that, so then it's already Wednesday night, and then I finally got the file. I mean, it's obvious. I've obviously forgotten about it right now. I'm over it.
Are you a little salty?
No. Maybe.
Sorry. I'll write an apology letter.
Last thing. Should I create the legend of Oldham Athletic, Gav Oldham, in the game and put him as my captain and have him win 9 Champions Leagues back to back?
So honestly, I think he would absolutely love you to do that.
Put him out 99 everything. Just fucking mow.
Yeah. He was a centre back / right back. So I mean, if you wanted him to be more of a
authentic,
73 clean sheets a season and 97 goals.
I like it. I don't mind that at all. Don't mind that at all.
Gav was really like.
Right.
Good guy, that Gav guy.
Okay. So anyway, I mean, cold open again. Welcome to the Studs Up Podcast, episode what should be episode 10, but is actually episode 9 because of some technical difficulties that we apologize for. What do you want to talk about? How was your week, Garrett?
Worked all week,
I think I'm going to make that joke for every single episode until you get married.
What?
And then I'm going to say, Garrett's still married.
Fair enough. Yeah, no, still engaged. Got just about everything planned for that, so we're pretty much good to go. Moving in soon. Got almost everything figured out for that. So
it's huge.
A lot of planning going on right now, but it was good. Monday, got pulled over on my way to work this morning because my fucking tags were expired on my license plate, so that was nice. But luckily, the nice officer let me go with a warning. But already got new tags because
huge.
Not getting pulled over again. So kind of a shitty start to the Monday, but we'll get through it.
That's good. And Mohammed, we just listened to you talking Bosnian for quite a while. Yeah. Are we allowed to upload that to the podcast, or were you talking shit?
Oh yeah, don't say it. Yeah, let's just not. Okay. I said some swear words in there that are your swear words are nice and easy. Like go fuck yourself, but ours are like.
Okay. Yeah. Well, yeah, definitely. Well, maybe I'll just bleep that out then.
How was your week, man?
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck
Oh, you talking to me?
Yeah, you didn't say anything.
My week was good. I just moving along pretty nicely. Nothing too crazy going on here. It's a very chilled out time of my year. I'm going to be coming down there to St. Louis soon to go to a wedding.
Yeah.
I have plans to go to Los Angeles next year with work. So if the podcast continues, which it should, I'll be recording from LA.
Are we about to have the first Studs Up recording sesh where we could all be in the same room?
I think we could probably make that happen if we wanted to record early.
I fucking love
Earlier
it.
than we usually do. We could probably do that.
I think that would be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do it. Whenever he's in town. Mohammed, mark it on your schedule.
Yeah, here. I'm doing it right now. Ryan.
Ryan town.
Ryan in town.
Ryan's here. So, yeah, my week was fine. Thanks for asking.
I did ask. You didn't say anything.
Yeah, we did ask you.
It was cool.
Good. You're still married?
Yeah, absolutely. 100%.
Good. Yeah, good. All right.
I weighed myself against my father, and he said the person who is lightest has to pay for this oil change. And I said, I said deal. And I weighed 1 pound more than him, and he is 6 foot.
Damn.
Most Bosnian shit I've ever heard in my entire life. That's how you barter for things in Bosnia, like
Whoever weighs less,
Yeah,
whoever
small
is biggest,
villages.
With your weight.
whoever's little man must push plow.
Shit.
Oh god.
That was good.
Yeah. Well, we should obviously get into the Premier League talk,
Yeah,
and
probably.
I think we have to talk about Liverpool.
Why?
I think we have to talk about how well they're playing, and how it doesn't even seem like they're out of second gear yet, and how scary that is for me to think that this Liverpool side could walk this Premier League this season.
No, they're incredible. They don't.
Okay, so moving on.
That's all we want to say.
Yeah, it sucks.
I mean, I really don't want to talk that much about it because I hate it so much.
Why?
Yeah. Well, I think we have to give fair representation to the
Nothing but props to Liverpool. They're an amazing team, and every single game they've won has been absolutely well deserved. Chelsea tied today, or not today, but this weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did. And
It was the worst game of the season so far for Chelsea.
are we seeing a resurgence of West Ham here?
I think
I'm
it
just
was.
saying that.
Is this just a?
I'm sorry out right now. We needed a new Italian manager right now. Let's go.
Would you like Jose Mourinho? I know he's not Italian, but we could probably give him to you and swap Sarri for Mourinho.
Okay, last thing I have to get off my chest. I'm not going to say anything about this Chelsea game besides it was bad. We played slow. The game in general was terrible.
No, I think we should elaborate. I think we should maybe talk about the Chelsea game, mainly because from a West Ham point of view. And we'll get back to Liverpool later because it seems like we're on a roll here. But West Ham 3-1 against Everton last week. Obviously, Everton haven't started well either.
Yeah. I was so pissed off.
And a draw, albeit at home against Chelsea, who have been one of the best teams so far this season.
Yeah.
Earlier on.
It's a fantastic result for them.
Yeah.
So obviously, naturally means that they play Manchester United next.
Of course.
So, but Mohammed, you said, I unfortunately was not able to watch the Chelsea game, but what was it more Chelsea just not being on the ball, or were West Ham just a very good side on the day? Because you would expect Chelsea to steamroll.
They were fine, okay? West Ham was not exceptional. They weren't anything special or pushing it for a win. The reason why they tied was because Chelsea can't finish.
Yeah.
Olivier Giroud
6 shots on target.
Does not need to be. He can be a Chelsea player. He is not a starter. Alvaro Morata does not deserve to be a starter.
He's got to figure it out.
Which, in other words, there's no striker for Chelsea Football Club. There's not a
Yeah.
striker. And there's two things that are pissing me off is the fact that both of our strikers are not to the level of where they could start for any team in the top 5 Premier League. They cannot start for Watford in the form they're playing. And that's a top 5 team. They wouldn't start for Watford. It's a joke. That's the only reason why this game didn't end up being 2-3-0, which it easily could have, is because there's no finishers for Chelsea right now. That needs to be resolved January. But at the same time, January transfers, starting players in general coming in the January transfer window for Chelsea have been abysmal.
Yeah, especially when you pull from abroad halfway through a season. I think if you're going to sign anybody, it would have to be from England. But I mean, who's even on the radar at the moment?
No one.
No one.
Troy Deeney. I don't know. I'm just
wouldn't be that bad.
I'm just not happy with it. I don't think any Chelsea fan are happy with it. But that's not like that's the reason why they didn't win this game. The reason why I'm really just aggravated at this point with Chelsea is the fact that Ruben Loftus-Cheek is not even on the bench.
Okay.
He's not on the bench.
Because our early discussions about Sarri were that he would have the youth in his team, and it was kind of a changing of the guard in that respect for Chelsea, that Loftus-Cheek would see a lot of minutes, and that's not the case.
This has been the moment. These past 3 years has been the first time Chelsea has been able to bring in youth players. You saw what happened to Andres Villas-Boas. He came into Chelsea. He tried to drop Frank Lampard, John Terry, Didier Drogba, and play not just younger players, but just different players, not necessarily younger players. Mm-hmm. Chelsea fans destroyed him, and he literally got sacked the next month after the Napoli next day after the Napoli game.
Yep.
After that's what Chelsea's been for years, and now these past 3 years, there's no player that is 100% the Chelsea product. There's not a Chelsea product at Chelsea, period. Obviously, Hazard is irreplaceable, but if he were to go tomorrow, it wouldn't create an upbringing like if Frank Lampard was benched for a game, because Frank Lampard was God.
Yeah.
That's what Andres Villas-Boas did. He got sacked. Now we can play youth players, and we don't. There's a perfect opportunity to bring in guys that are good. And what Sarri did, instead of giving Ruben Loftus-Cheek the opportunity right away after the World Cup, in which he 100% fully deserves, as well as his amazing season last year, he gives Ross Barkley minutes.
Yeah, and you could say that Sarri's potential excuse for not playing Ruben Loftus-Cheek is because of how well Chelsea are playing without him currently, but then you go away to West Ham, who are quote unquote the worst team in the league this year, and you can't score a goal.
Yeah.
So there is that excuse for me doesn't really work in this context at the moment. Maybe we'll see the next game. I mean, this is the first game that you haven't won, correct?
Yeah.
They have Liverpool next.
Yeah. So, and I mean that is
for 2 games.
That is a massive game for both teams because it's Liverpool who are going to finally be coming up against an opponent that will also be challenging for the title. I mean, they beat Tottenham, but in my opinion, Tottenham aren't title challengers, and I don't think they will be until they strengthen certain areas of the team. So that's really the only team they've played so far that are going to be title challengers during the Premier League season. Obviously, they played some in preseason, but we don't want to count those games.
Chelsea play with three midfielders. They have Jorginho and Conte, who are the only two midfielders that deserve a starting position. Jorginho has been playing phenomenal every single game. Conte is the best, single-handedly the best holding midfielder on the face of the planet. Those 2 players deserve it, and no matter what happens, they deserve to start. Mateo Kovacic doesn't deserve to start. He just came in. He's nothing special. I've not been terribly impressed by him. He's played some good games, nothing too crazy. Cesc Fabregas just came back from an injury, and he's not even 100% fit yet. Ross Barkley is fine. Victor Moses can't start.
Sure.
Who else deserves it if not Ruben Loftus-Cheek? Just a try. Give him 30 minutes a game, and then give him 10s the rest of the season. Like, do something with him.
Well, and at this point as well, especially as we're getting close to October, it's either play him now or you're gonna start to waste his career. Like he's not that young anymore. I know he's still a youth product of the youth system at Chelsea, but he's not that young.
He's not a Chelsea youth anymore. He's a product of the youth.
Correct, and that's what I mean. Like it's gonna slowly. You keep sitting this guy on the bench, or worse, not on the bench at all. Slowly, just waste this guy's career away, and he could be at a club right now, on loan or even transferred out. He could be at a club like Fulham or Wolves or Watford, getting 90 minutes every game and proving to Gareth Southgate why he needs to be a starter for England. But right now, he's not going to get in. He's not getting in the Chelsea team, so he's not going to get into the England team, and it's just.
Yeah.
It just continue to get worse, and it's whether is he better than what's available. I'm not sure whether he is, but
we'll never know.
Currently, no, we won't, because it seems like
because he won't.
What we thought Sarri was before the season, he has not proven that yet. He's not proven that he will be the youth. He will bring the youth in like we thought he was going to, and. It doesn't look like he's going to at all. I mean, is there anybody in that Chelsea team right now that's a youth product?
No.
Okay.
No, not a single player is a youth product. Not a single player has. When Azpilicueta got his captain's armband this season, it felt so weird seeing him with the captain's armband.
Mm-hmm.
He just felt he didn't belong. He didn't belong. He's doing a great job. Not saying he's not. He's a phenomenal defender. He's a phenomenal captain so far, and I've seen him. But he is just not what I thought a captain would. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that's classic Chelsea for you. So whatever. I'm crying.
And we obviously City and Pep Guardiola are the easy scapegoats to go to when you say, here's what a team looks like that doesn't use youth. But even Pep Guardiola's been pushing Phil Foden, and
he almost got a goal against Cardiff.
Yeah.
He had I really wish he would have finished that, because that would have been so cool for him to get his first goal then.
Absolutely. I mean, and it helps that he's really good. I mean, Pep Guardiola is not doing it just for the sake of putting a youth player in. Like, they're good players.
Yeah, he's really good. Brahim Diaz also. He's
Brahim
really
Diaz
good
as well. Sorry, that's the name I couldn't remember, but thank you.
He's good.
And he's getting minutes
every now and again. He doesn't get it as much as Foden.
But dude,
but regardless, like, these two players are getting minutes every now and again, and they are in the team that has regularly been the scapegoat and the go-to joke for you don't have any youth in your team right now, and there it is. You've proven it. Right. And Chelsea, who historically have had one of the best youth setups in world football, just seeing how many of their players are scattered around Europe's top leagues, and they've got one of their own right there who is a great player.
He is a great player,
and he's just wasting away.
If I was an English youth, if I was anyone, I would not even waste my time in England anymore.
You don't think?
Go to Germany. I had this conversation with a friend a couple of weeks ago.
Go to Germany and you can start. You can fucking start. Phil Foden can start for Borussia Dortmund.
Phil Foden.
I said that.
Foden.
I said Foden.
Foden?
Foden. Odin. Son of Master of Asgard. I don't know. But he can start for Borussia Dortmund.
Yeah.
He can start
Christian Pulisic does.
He's trash.
What?
Yes, he's absolutely trash. I'm not even going to get on the topic of him.
No, he's a stud.
But he, if I was in English youth, I would not even waste my breath in England because you're going to play for Southampton and Everton and get trashed, and you have no Europa League experience, Champions League experience. Phil Foden can start for Borussia Dortmund,
Yeah, I think he could too. He's really good.
and he can play in the Champions League.
He just looks like he's so comfortable out there already, and he's only
And he's
18.
cute.
Yeah, he's cute as shit.
Absolutely, 10 out of 10. Yeah, man. If I wouldn't even waste my time in England, man. Just go to Germany, have your
Phil Foden's getting the experience.
play. He's good. I'm not saying he should leave. He's fine. He's doing more than fine. He's doing beyond words as good as anyone could ever get compared to coming up to a city squad.
Yeah.
You're breaking into a city squad, which means quite a lot. But if I was Ruben Loftus-Cheek, I would dip January. I would sign a 2-year-long contract with fucking Borussia Dortmund. I would sign a 2-year with Schalke. I would sign with anyone over there because you're going to play Champions League. You're going to play Europa League. You're going to start. You're going to play competitive, strong football.
Yeah.
You're not going to play English football, but you're at least getting exposure. I saw an article. I was reading a thing where
the Germans play better football than the English anyway, so it wouldn't even matter for me to be in England. I'd rather be in Germany.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead. You saw an article?
I don't know, man. Fuck the article. No, I'm kidding. But same thing. They're like, why are these players like Ruben Loftus-Cheek, who has the potential to one day start for Chelsea every game and be as critical as Conte? Has the potential to play for United. He could play for City. He has the potential to play for these cities. But if he ends up playing for Chelsea, if he ends up going to these little lone bullshits all around nowhere's land and playing in I don't know, Swansea in the Championship, starting for them, all he'll ever be is a fantastic center mid for West Ham. Like he won't match up to his accomplishments. He's a fucking England starter potential.
Yeah, I agree.
100%. Yeah.
That's kind of like Jadon Sancho. He left City like a year ago to Borussia Dortmund, and he's doing really well for them. He's came on as a sub like 3 or 4 times and gotten like 3 assists, I think.
And he actually, in the I made a point of watching the Dortmund City pre-season game, and where he played against City, and he played very well.
Right.
He's a special talent. I mean,
he's
he
really
had
good.
the balls. He had the balls to stand up to the City hierarchy or the youth coaches and Pep Guardiola and say, "No, I'm not going to sit here for years in a youth setup when I can play in the first team in Germany, where historically they're known for producing World Cup winning teams, a lot more recent than England are."
Right.
And play better soccer, not necessarily in a quote unquote better league. Yeah. But I mean, I don't blame the guy for doing what he did at all.
No, and I think he's a really good player. I think it sucks.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and to bring it into like more of an American perspective as well, Christian Pulisic is also at Borussia Dortmund, and that speaks volumes of how the US deals with their college soccer and exactly how it works, which is just absolutely ridiculous, and that's a conversation for another time.
Yeah, sure. We'll have Gav come in.
I'd be happy to.
I'm sending him a Snapchat right now. We're talking, so I'll just ask him real quick.
Okay, cool. Quick update. Let's look at the Facebook poll currently. Earlier in the episode, if for any reason you've skipped ahead and not listened to the entire thing, Mohammed is going to play a FIFA 19 manager mode where he's going to start with League 2 and then try and win the Champions League with whoever he picks. It's Forest Green Rovers just got their second vote, actually, so it's now 75-25 to Oldham Athletic. So still heavily in favour of Oldham Athletic. Are you getting ready to lead the Royal Blue Oldham Athletic to the Champions League?
I feel that we're gonna come a long way this season. I feel like
because something dramatic really has to happen at this point for you to be a Forest Green Rovers manager.
Yeah, I think We're going to be a fantastic side this season. I feel that we're going to compete for trying to get somewhat into maybe the third round of the English Cup. So I'll keep you guys posted throughout the season. Every transfer window, not January obviously, but every summer transfer window, I will post my my updated squad with my new players, and just normal things I do. So maybe some cool goals if I record any, I'll send them to you guys. I've been known to score some bangers.
He's
and if you do score any absolute bangers, we'll upload them to the.
This is, you know what's gonna be funny, Ryan? You know how that we went on about that FIFA thing?
Yeah,
it's
gonna be us.
This is just gonna take off.
We're gonna become what we hate.
Screw the podcast, guys. It's just gonna be let's plays of me playing FIFA.
Yeah.
And then we'll torch Ryan for being the biggest hypocrite.
Yeah, I'm really excited.
100%. I can deal with it.
Well, normally what I do when I do play a new game, because all these lower league teams start off with like those fake stadiums, I make it, but I upload one of those already in the game stadiums that are just much bigger, like a 50, 70K stadium.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll just title it with the same name that the normal stadium has. It's like an upgrade. It's kind of cool,
Nice.
Yes, real cool, buddy.
Nice.
I'm so hyped. I'm not sleeping tonight.
So when does the game get released?
11 o'clock. Well, 12 a.m. Eastern, so 11 p.m. Central. I think it's 7:30 Hawaiian time.
PM.
So I'll keep you guys going throughout my whole career mode and just let you guys know how I'm doing and the whole shebang.
So I guess one last thing about Chelsea is that the majority of the conversation was about Chelsea, but we can't really take too much away from West Ham for just grinding out a draw on the day. They didn't even have 30% possession, so obviously they didn't play very well.
Yeah.
They had less than half the amount of passes that Chelsea had during the day, and at home, even against anybody at home, you'd expect to play better. But they got the point, and they're out of the relegation zone dramatically.
Amazing.
We've got Newcastle, Cardiff, and Huddersfield all on 2 points with no wins yet. So overall, big for West Ham, and it definitely will suit them to go into their next game against Manchester United, against the Manchester United side that aren't playing very well. So I mean, they could, and they're at home, so they could definitely try and beat Manchester United, and maybe take a good crack at it, unless that Manchester United side comes back from the disappointing draw against Wolves and just destroys them. But I can't see it, so we'll see.
Luka Modric wins the fuck.
Okay.
Don't think he does. This is not going to the podcast. This is just us bullshitting, right?
I know.
Who the fuck? Why the fuck? Everyone's riding this Modric dick train right now, but it's like, okay, my guy, Ronaldo did better than last year, or in this year. I'm sorry, like he got to the semifinals of the World Cup. Okay, cool. Ronaldo was the better. Ronaldo's a better player. He's a better player.
Finals of the World Cup.
That's what I said, right, Danae?
You said semi.
Sorry, but like you got to the final. Okay, cool. You did a great job there, buddy. But like Ronaldo did, he wreaked havoc all season long. Won just as many trophies, just not. No, they won this exact same fucking amount of trophies because they're in the same exact team.
They're in the same team. You fucking idiot.
I don't care, bro. Okay, well, giving Modric this Ballon d'Or, then you should have gave the one 2-3 years ago to Frank Ribéry, if you're going to give him over just what he won, because Frank Ribéry won way more than Lionel Messi did 3 years ago.
So we've been talking for. I agree. I 100% agree. So, obviously, we've missed a couple of weeks of being able to talk about fantasy football because of the lack of episode last week. But if we're looking at the league, I'm bridging the gap, and honestly, so is Garrett.
Yeah,
Mohammed, you
good
didn't
week.
have a great week. You didn't have a great week. 46 points was the lowest out of all three of us.
Yeah.
I scored 61, which breaks the 300-point marker. Leaves me in second place to your 323, but that is only 23 points
Yeah, we have a chance.
Couple
away.
good weeks.
And then Garrett is only 22 points away from me. So we are very close at the moment. We thought Mohammed was going to run away with it, but he didn't, which is great because it means that going to be a little more competitive throughout the week. I obviously had Lucas Fabianski in goal, who scored 11 points.
Jesus.
And that's basically my main. I had Bernardo Silva and Kane.
Yeah.
14 and 9 points respectively. Other than that, not great. Bellerin 6 points, but nothing really to write home about in any kind of big sense.
Yeah.
Mohammed about the same. Pogba 5, Salah 8,
Yeah.
Alisson 6, Alonso 6.
Yeah.
Nothing
I
great.
got all 6s and 7s, mate.
Oh, it was bound to happen.
LOL.
You actually did.
No, like all 6s and 7s.
Yeah. Obviously Aguero just 6, just a standard 6.
Yeah.
The guy's a legend. But
Obama.
if we look, unfortunately I have Benjamin Mendy out now. He is unlikely to play because he has a foot injury, which is a nightmare for me and maybe even a nightmare for Manchester City. Although
Yeah,
Sane did play well when Mendy was not playing in the Premier League last week.
he did play well.
So I will be putting Luke Shaw back in as he recovers from his concussion. Richarlison is no longer banned, but
Played like ass last game.
I can't find a place for him in my team right now.
Who's Everton have this weekend?
Everton have Fulham at home, and I'm taking Fulham on that. I'd either have to play Richarlison or I play Mitrovic, and I have to take Mitrovic for that game.
Yeah.
He's been really on form.
Yeah, and I think
Very impressed.
just from watching how Everton play, they're very reliant on Richarlison, and I just can't see Richarlison coming back from that suspension as fit, healthy, and raring to go as he was the first couple games. So
Yeah.
I've got to take a Fulham win in that one.
It's a tough call, but Everton haven't been playing that well lately, and if Richarlison doesn't start, then yeah, I could easily see Fulham winning.
Exactly. And Garrett, who's your? Are you going to be making any changes to your team? Are you sticking with a 4-4-2?
Yeah, I'll probably see. That's where it's tough. So, yeah, I think I'm going to stick with the 4-4-2 for now, just because. No.
Is Bernardo Silva a starter for City?
Yeah, he is. He's been starting. With De Bruyne hurt, we've moved him to central mid, not like a winger.
We've moved him.
Yeah, him and Pep are
Yeah.
first name basis.
Riding on
every
good
week.
pals, kissing each other on the lips.
Yeah, I mean, I emailed him the decision. I told him it was a good idea, so.
He's a good guy, that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Mohammed, your fantasy team, what do you think? Who you playing? Who you going for this week? You've had 2 bad weeks, so I understand if you're going to be drastic.
Dropping my boy Arnautovic also because he's injured. I'm definitely going to drop him. He's probably not going to play next game. I think that's what I saw some reports saying. He's probably going to be out for a week or 2. So going to drop him. I might kick it off with Firmino and Zaha as just not the sole strikers, but the duo, not the trio going on. Might bring in. I don't even know what I'm going to do, to be honest. I'm just so pissed off.
So who've we got? Premier League this week: Manchester United, West Ham, Huddersfield, Tottenham, Wolves, Southampton, Arsenal, Watford, Chelsea. Liverpool is probably the biggest game of the week.
Yeah, of the season, it is.
So far.
No, it is definitely the biggest game of the week and probably the biggest game of the season so far. Yeah, I'd agree with that, Garrett.
I said it.
Jesus.
He just doesn't watch
so-
you as much.
Definitely looking forward to that one. I don't have to work this weekend for the first time in about 6 years, so I'm finally going to be able to watch that Chelsea-Liverpool game at 11:30.
Wait, your
Um,
girls don't have a game this weekend?
No, it's a bye week.
Nice, dude.
Oh my god, I forgot to mention.
Oh,
So, okay.
So they like boys and girls?
So, remember,
Oh my!
I didn't get the joke.
Oh, you didn't hear us.
Oh, they have a bye week.
They're
Bye
like
week.
boys.
Get it?
Just
Get
such a good
wow,
joke.
that was good.
It's 2018, guys. Stop laughing at people's sexual orientation.
Yeah, seriously. It's 20.
Oh, man.
It's hashtag current year, guys.
Yeah.
All right. So last week I went on a massive rant about how I thought my coaching ability and my team's playing ability were clashing heads. So as I said last week, which unfortunately never got uploaded, I wasn't able to go to the game this weekend, as in 2 days ago, because I had to work. And they won.
Oh my God, Ryan.
That's hilarious. You're
So
a terrible.
Wow.
So I wasn't there. And so surely that opens up a can of worms of
You're
is
the
it me?
Mikel Arteta of your team.
Yeah, am I the weak link?
Yeah.
It's not Julia. It's not Betty. It's not. I don't know why I'm saying old women names. But for the sake of anonymity, I'm not going to say the real names.
That's a cool word.
But am I the weak link?
You should probably, yeah.
I mean, I think you give it a couple more goes. And,
I have to, yeah.
Yeah. And then, if it goes south, maybe, have to work another weekend, see if they win that weekend. Then, that's a pretty good hint.
Yeah, that I 100% agree.
Watch them sack you.
Ryan.
Yeah, I might get the email from the Parks and Recreation Department saying that my contract has been effective immediately has been cancelled.
Yeah, hilarious. Do they pay you for that, or is that just like a free?
No,
gig?
it's a free gig.
Yeah, I kind of.
I mean, I would accept payment of how bad I've been doing.
Wait, you wouldn't accept payment, is what you said?
Yeah, considering how bad I've been doing.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah, I'd have to say, listen, keep your money.
Yeah,
I'm not worth it.
I'll come back to you when I am.
Yeah. Yep. So the next segment's going to be the Hall of Fame. We're going to do the quiz. We're going to resume the quiz next week. We've had a couple weeks off, and obviously I've been working very hard over the weekends. I haven't been able to compile questions, all that kind of stuff. So I apologize. The quiz will be back next week. Mohammed still leads 4-3. But today it is Garrett's turn to add, or at least nominate, a player into the Studs Up Soccer Hall of Fame. So last week, Mohammed, we're going to have to redo that one next week because we never actually were able to upload it. But Mohammed had a great one last week, so we will do that next week. But in terms of fairness, it is Garrett's turn to nominate one player to the Studs Up Soccer Premier League Hall of Fame. Garrett, who's on your mind?
So I've been thinking about this a lot. So we're just going off the players that we said the first time we did this, right? The players that have already made it.
What do you mean?
Jermaine, yeah.
The players we nominated the first go around, or are we starting over?
You just nominate whoever you want.
Okay.
Premier League.
It's a Premier League player that isn't in the Premier League anymore.
All right. I think this lad comes to mind first of all because
Is he a very good lad?
he's a good boy. This boy.
A good boy.
He's
This
a very good lad. Greatest thing ever said by anyone ever.
Anyway, anywho, Premier League legend, just an absolute animal. Scored a lot of goals. I'm going to nominate another Manchester United player.
Okay.
And I think everyone would agree that Eric Cantona has to be in the fucking Hall of Fame.
Yeah. I like this pick because it's not as recent as the others that we chose, but it is more obvious.
Yeah.
In a way, because of how
he's still a legend.
Yeah, and um he not only scored some of the best goals in Premier League history, he not only played in, at the time, one of the best teams in Premier League history. His legacy since he retired and how he continues to be involved in the sport, the way he even left the sport is legend itself.
Yeah.
I mean, do you have anything that you want to say about him?
He looks like he belongs in a mental institution.
I think a lot of people would agree.
I'm there. I honestly, I think he's a really good lad.
He's a good boy.
He's a great. He's a good boy, that boy.
And
oh yeah, started off his career
At
in
Leeds, right?
in England. At least in England, in Leeds.
Yeah,
At Leeds. Obviously made a name for himself at Manchester United. He only signed for £1 million, which at the time, I think, for a player like Eric Cantona was a bargain.
Oh yeah.
When you think about players like Eric Cantona, you think, in terms of like nostalgia, you think that they scored hundreds of goals, but he really didn't. I mean, he only scored 60 something for Manchester United, but of those 64 goals that he scored, probably 50 of them make their way onto like the highlight reels of best goals in Premier League history. They're
Certified
always on there. The certified bangers. I wish I had the soundboard still, but we don't want to pay that company $250 to fuck up our recordings anymore. So and obviously he got banned for 8 months, I think it was, for kung fu kicking a fan in the stands. Which
That's the best video ever.
Which goes down in history as one of the best soccer / non-soccer moments of all time, and I think it was very justified, and the Crystal Palace fan that it happened to definitely deserved it. He has a film written about him called Looking for Eric. He's in multiple documentaries. He's in the Class of '92 documentary. And obviously, I'm biased because I'm a Manchester United fan, but my vote definitely has to be yes on this one.
Buham.
I think he's just a good boy.
That's all you have to say.
I think he's just a good boy.
Is there anything else to say?
Yeah, he was also a good lad. No, I completely 100% agree. He's one of the greatest to play in England, and one of the greatest to wear the United kit. And I think he might have been, like, at least from what I can remember, maybe one of the first EPL bad boys.
Yeah, or at least one of the most famous.
Yeah, I'm sorry. That's what I meant to say.
I don't know whether he was first or not.
Hang on, my dad just keeps calling me.
It's okay.
Tell him I love him. Do you think he heard me? Okay, we're including this.
Do you think that do you think that his dad called to argue about the weigh-in that they did?
Mogu sad izaći, ne mogu sad ništa uraditi.
No mogu sad.
Nema blage veze. Ok, zvaću sad, hajde.
He can't be saying that much fucked up shit to his dad, so we can include this one.
Right. Unless they have a relationship that we don't have with our dads.
God, I hope so.
Anyway, so we have to vote on Eric Cantona. Like I already said, I'm voting yes.
Yes.
Garrett, considering you, okay, well then, Mohammed, thank you very much for.
It's officially 78-22 for Oldham Athletic, boys.
Okay, so yes, at the end of the episode, we are tallying up the votes. I'm going to leave the poll up until tomorrow. But I don't see a way back for Forest Green Rovers at this point.
It's tough.
Who I do see a way in for Eric Cantona, who we all voted yes into the Hall of Fame. So we have a nice little segue there. So Landon Donovan, Frank Lampard, Peter Schmeichel, Alessandro Del Piero, Nemanja Vidic, Eric Cantona, and question mark, who we likely also will be inducting into the Hall of Fame next week, who was Mohammed's pick last week that we unfortunately weren't able to air. We will talk about that man again next week. But until then, enjoy the Premier League football this weekend, and we will talk to you next week. Goodbye.
See you
Bye.
guys.